want want to give animation like this in your website or buttons. If you like that type of an animation like this, which you can see right here, then you can watch full tutorial of it. So as you have seen in the demo of it, how this button was looking, so for that we have created it in the HTML, CSS and with the help of JS. Right here you can see in the files folder, and we have created a lot of tutorials like you can right here see in that part. So without any further delay, let's see what we have included in its HTML. We have given its title, then link the style CSS, then give it in the main part of the HTML as we have button wrapper class with the dev. Then we have created a canvas with the ID as button canvas for the butterfly animations, and we have given the aura button for the active part. And then we have go to our next aura, and then the aura and aura 2 for its visual effects and its JavaScript. Then we will go to its secondary part, which is the normal part of it. So for that we have given the body as margin 0, background as black, display as flex, justify content and center, align item as center, height as 100 VH, and overflow hidden, and button paper as position relative, and width to 220 pixels and height as 100 pixels, which will going this will going to create a basic and a box for it, which have contain the buttons inside it. And then we have given its id of aura button as this. Okay, so for that we have defined its position as absolute, top as 25, then left as 50, and transform by the translate as x minus 50, and padding as 40 pixel and 40 pixel, then font size as 18 pixel, and color eyes of the text as white, and background color of it as black. Okay, and then we have given it the border as none, and border radius as 10 pixel for the little circular structure around it, and we have given it an z index as 2 for it, so that it can be situated. And we have given it the cursor event as pointer, and given it in a box shadow of the blue color in the 0025 pixel format, which will going which have you have seen in the preview of it, how it has done. And we have given it the translation of the transform animation 0.3 seconds, and in the ease format that you have seen above transform. Okay, then we go to our the hover effect as of it as the translate x as the minus 50% and scale as 1.505, and the aura as position absolute, and width as 200 pixel, and height as also 200 pixel, and top as 0, left as 10 pixel, background radial grid circle as it has the dark bluish and black color, which give an aura like effect to it, like you have seen in that, like it has been giving it a dark blue aura around that button. And then we have taken the circle aura by the defining it by the quantity as 50%, and then the transform it by the translate minus 20% and minus 20%, and we have defined it in a animation of it as the float aura for the 6 seconds is in out with speed and infinite times, and we have again given a pulse glow for the 2 seconds, is an out speed, and an infinite times. And we have defined its z as 1, as it will be placed before the aura button of it. Then for the aura 2, we have defined its animation delay as 2 seconds and filter as blur by 6 pixels. Okay, and for the butterfly canvas part, we have defined its butterfly canvas with is an absolute, top and left as 0, width as width and height as 100%, and z index as 0, as it will be on the background, so we will need to define it in the 0. Then we have defined its aura at the 1, and then its button to 2, so it will be positioned by one on each of us. Yeah. Okay, and then we have defined its pointer appendance none, and keyframes as float aura by 0% and 60% time. It will be transformed by translate -20% and -20% scale by 1, which is the actual one configuration. At the 50, it will going to transform translate by -20 and -25, and its scale will increase by 0.05 times. Okay, then we have given its an buzz glow animation, which will at the 0 and 100% time will be half, and at 50% of part it will be 90%. Okay, so at this we will go to our last part of it, which is the very important and has the understanding of how that animation of the butterflies and various animation had been done successfully. Okay, so we go to the main structure as this. You can right here, you can see the I have defined the canvas document as get element by id, which is the id of it, and then we have defined the context in the 2D format, as we have doesn't using the 3D and doesn't have any, and then 3D models, so we have going to define it. And the canvas width part, we have offset width of it, and the height part, we have offset height of it. And then we have add in an event listener of the resize. In this part, it covers offside and of height will be back to normal. Okay, and right here I have given the main SGV part of it, how this butterfly can be formed in that format. So if you want to copy it, then copy it out. Okay, it is free for you all guys. Okay, then we have make that SGV part into an SGV XML part type with its data, and then we have given it in a URL format in the object URL, and then we have created it in a new image of it every time. And for the butterfly image source, it will be the SGV URLs. Okay, and now we have defined its trails, how this butterfly will go. Okay, like you have seen, it has been going in the zigzag format in the preview. So you can create a class called butterfly for example, and with the constructor as this reset, and then this trail by the empty string, empty list, sorry, and then we have defined the reset function right here, which have the x and y coordinates of it, which will be defined as the math random into canvas width, and this y is equal to canvas height plus math random into 50. This, and then its size will be also defined as a 3 plus math random into 10. and its speed by 0.4 plus mathematics any random and by the 0.4, and its angle also like that in the pipe. Okay, and its speed will be like this defined. Okay, so as it has been resetted, so while updating, how this will going to have the x and y coordinate. For the angle, we have increases angle speed updating, like it is going to upward, then it will increase its speed, and then at y-axis it will going to decrease. And for the sorry then we have defined the x as the my math sine this angle into 1.5 and store trail positions of it as this trail and unshift and x this, and then this y with the opacity as 1, and its trial length will be around 50, will be under 50. Okay, 15, and with it will going, if it exceed gets less than 0, then it will going to reset it and get back to normal. Okay, again resetting it. And for that, drawing the trials, we have used the for loop where let the I is equal to 0 and I less than this dot trial length and I plus plus, which will going to increase, and the const t is equal to this trial I ctx begin path and ctx arc t dot x, this size divided by 2 comma t y plus this side divided by 2 comma 4 comma 0 and math y into 2. Okay, and then we have defined its color, how it will going to look. Right here I have chosen the light blue glow color of them. If you have any other choice, then you can change it to that. And I have for the shadow color, we have defined the cyan, and then the ctx shadow blur as a 8 and the ctx fill as function will be called, and opacity will go to this, and then again fade out. Okay, and it will going to draw it by its x and y axis and its size and this size, it that x and y coordinates. Okay, then we have go to its last part for the butterflies. It has been the around less than 4 butterflies by the each it will going to when each creates, then it will be less than increase and then push new butterfly again. And for the animate, we have defined it the ctx clear rect 00 canvas width by canvas height, and butterfly for each by b update and b draw trial function, and then we draw, and we have request animation frame of it in the animate, and we have at end call it that function. Okay, so for this tutorial we have covered the its how the butterflies can be animation like created, like you have seen in the starting, and how you can create an basically how you can create a new objects and various amount of things. So that's it for today. If you enjoy this preview and this button tutorial, then you can like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.